Hello everybody, it's time for the final installment in our Twisty saga. Here it goes, and I hope you like it. Carnival of Terrors, Twisty's Final Curtain, Chapter 1. Another 15 years passed since Raven vanquished Twisty. It drained her to use so much power, but for now the town seemed peaceful. But for Raven, she could still hear his laughter echoing, that night forever playing in her head. She remembered standing there at the abandoned carnival, watching it as it rotted in silence, its rusted rides frozen in place before it disappeared. The town thought evil like this couldn't survive being torn apart. They were wrong. So many years had passed, and then one night she started to hear the voices once again. It started with whispers. The voices weren't heard, just thoughts that didn't feel like her own. A sudden urge to return to the carnival, to stand before the broken house of mirrors and listen. Deep beneath the earth, in a prison, not made of stone, but suffering, Twisty still existed. Raven's touch turned him to ash, but pieces of his distorted soul somehow survived. Not whole, but alive in fragments. His mind had survived, and from the cracks of his prison, he reached out. He learned, he adapted, and slowly he began to pull strings. He called them the puppet strings. Chapter 2. From within his prison, he realized he was able to manipulate the minds of people. The first was a kid named Marcus. He wandered into the carnival one night, drawn by a strange curiosity he couldn't explain. He stood before the shattered mirrors, staring at his reflection, until it moved without him. A twisted grin appeared on his reflection's face, and then Marcus smiled too. Within days, others followed. People from nearby towns, workers, strangers, each one hearing whispers, each one a little more easier to control than the last. Twisty couldn't escape his prison, but he didn't have to. He was building something, a doorway, an army to raise him once again. Chapter 3. Raven knew that again it was up to her to put Twisty away. Not just banishment, but for good this time. No more shattered pieces of him. He needed to be gone forever. Raven was older now, stronger. She knew more, learned more. The amulet she carried once again started pulsing with the same ancient power. It sensed the evil that was coming. It had protected her before, shielding her from Twisty's influence, and now it was reacting again. This time it was more intense, hot, violent, alive. The town needed to be cleansed once and for all, so Raven gathered up her courage and went to the empty lot where the carnival stood. But when she got there, instead of an empty lot, the carnival was there once again. Still rotted and decaying as she stood there, the lights once again began flickering, as if the carnival was trying to come back to life. "He's not gone," she whispered. The wind answered with distant laughter. Deep inside the carnival, the manipulated people had gathered. Dozens of them. The movements were unnatural. They jerked like puppets learning to walk. They stood in a circle around the collapsed remains of Twisty's house of mirrors, chanting over and over. Round and round the laughter grows, paint a smile the darkness knows. Call him near from ash and flame, speak his name, don't look away. Let him in, crack the mirror, break the light, bring him back from endless night. He was torn but not undone, piece by piece he comes as one. Hear the giggle, feel the thread, wake the clown they thought was dead. Recall the fear, rise, rise, rise. The ground began to crack. Blackened energy seeped upward like smoke from a grave, and then a hand burst through, rotting, cracked, smiling. Twisty's voice filled the air, layered and broken like a dozen voices speaking at once. "Did you miss me?" Chapter 4. Raven stepped forward, the amulet blazing with light so bright it pushed back the darkness. "No," she said. "This time I'll get rid of you for good," she shouted. Twisty half-formed body clawed its way into the world, stitched together by shadow and hate. His grin was wider than ever, his eyes hollow pits of hunger.
You can't stop me,
he hissed.
I don't need a body anymore. I am the fear.
The puppets turned towards Raven and charged, but the amulet flared, sending out a shockwave that broke Twisty's control. One by one, the people collapsed, freed from his grip. Twisty shrieked in rage.
No! They're mine!
Raven gripped the amulet. It burned against her skin, not with pain, but with determination. The moment her fingers closed around it, the world dulled, as if the sound itself was pulled inward. A faint pulse began, matching her heartbeat. Then the amulet spoke through her, words not meant to banish, but to destroy. Then she spoke as if in a trance herself. Aldara Van Lumen Kai, she said. The amulet glowed brighter than before, forming a ring of light at her feet. And she began to shout, drowning out the chants of the manipulated people. The only voice that existed was her own as she spoke. By ancient force, what once was whole shall cease to be. No return, no rebirth, no hidden parts. I end your mind, your form, your heart. The ground trembled, the air cracked, and Twisty began to unravel.
You can't erase me, he screamed. I'll come back. I always...
Then the light consumed him, not pulling him away, not imprisoning him, but tearing him apart, mind, memory, and malice, until nothing remained. No laughter, no whisper, no shadow, just silence. Chapter 5. The carnival fell still, the lights died, the air felt clean. Raven lowered the amulet, its glow fading at last. It's over, she said, and this time it truly was. No more echoes, no more fear. Years later, the lot where the carnival stood was demolished. Nothing remained but dirt and rocks. Where laughter once twisted into screams, a park was built in its place. Children played there now, families gathered, and no one, not even Raven, ever heard a whisper again. Because Twisty hadn't been sealed. He hadn't been trapped. Raven ended him for good. The town felt safe. The air felt fresher, and the memory of Twisty no longer haunted her or anyone else. The end. By Adam and Layla.